What's up, everyone? Our weekly Wideout of the Week is officially back, and Week 6 will feature NFL receiving leader Jaxon Smith-Njigba, fresh off of 162-1, with 4 receptions coming over 15 yards. The first rep we're going to look at comes on his third target of the game, aligned at the bottom of the screen here, running a blaze out or post out. There's some nuance I'd like to dive into here, which is not only specific to the blaze out, but really most double moves. As we mentioned, the blaze out is a double move which comes off of that post or glance stem. JSN does a fantastic job attacking this, presenting glance across the DB's face. There are 3 aspects which have extreme importance. The first, he's attacking with full strides, which creates urgency for the corner to chase the in-break. This is what maximizes the separation here. That speed and stride is now paired with him snapping and steering with his shoulders to confirm to the DB that it is glance. And finally, he snaps his eyes and finds the quarterback out of the break, just as he would when running the glance. He exits with a slight hip drop, but really wins the rep with his stem and body language. Here's his 5th target of the game. He's going to be running a big post here off play action. He and Darnold have been fantastic all year on these shots down the field. JSN is in a tight or nasty alignment, which will result often in getting outside leverage from the corner. So JSN slightly sprays his stem to attack leverage and widen him, creating more space to the reception area prior to pressure stepping vertically to the post. The Jags are playing some type of quarters variation. Safety doesn't really get a ton of depth. And Darnold now knows that things are going to get delivered over the top. JSN's now one-on-one with an outside leverage corner. There's no real separation tool needed. We can win with speed. These 2 guys are racing to the goal line. One is running full speed and knows where he has to be. The other's moving backwards and has to react. Our mindset is we never lose shots like this. As wideouts, we got to take pride in winning these matchups down the field. JSN is fantastic with the ball in the air, fantastic at these downfield shots dating back to his days at Ohio State. One thing we have to note here is he does a great job keeping his sternum square to where the reception area is, and that's really just fancy for saying keeping his shoulders closed. Oftentimes we'll see this shoulder open up. It'll cause us to naturally lose speed when we track the football. He does a really nice job here keeping his shoulders square as best as possible. That way he's able to maximize his speed while he tracks the football. 8th target of the game, he's running a slant versus press. Looks like he's attempting to widen him with speed to get him off his platform, potentially to snap it underneath. He eats up so much space, he ends up on the corner's toes. We call this dictating hands. Once I get this tight to the cover defender, they're naturally going to punch. Since I'm dictating when he punches, I know when he's punching. I could beat his hands and clear him. If I tell you somebody's going to jab at your head right now, you're obviously going to be able to avoid it. It's a very similar concept. JSN does a really nice job kind of pinning that DB's short arm, gets near the tricep shoulder area to get him turned to win the combat. And then a really nice job with his angle of departure, tighter split, linebacker potentially expanding. He's tight anyway. Keeps it skinny, runs through and yaks as best he can. 9th target of the game. Seahawks come back to the blaze out. Only difference on this rep is that the corner opens up and man turns early, essentially creating a blind spot when JSN pressure steps to the post. JSN knows he has this route 1 right at this moment. He doesn't have to snap his shoulders as much or even show eyes because the DB will have to lose sight. Body language, speed and stem, more than enough to win the rep here. And that'll do it for this week's Wideout of the Week. Another monster game puts JSN at the number 1 spot in the league, and there's really no reason for that to change anytime soon. Appreciate you guys tuning in as always.